Are you trying to help buyers without setting expectations? That's like guiding them up Mount Everest without a plan.
My name is Adam Boxman, and after almost 20 years having the honor of representing hundreds and hundreds of home buyers through one of the biggest moments of their entire lives, I now have a passion to show agents exactly how you can truly thrive and love your life representing home buyers. Buyer agency matters.
Would you ever in your life recommend that somebody try and climb Mount Everest on their own, without a guide, without a plan, without someone taking them up the mountain? Absolutely not. Why? Because it's too dangerous, because bad things can happen. You can get hurt. Well, in my opinion, buying a home in the last 5 years has been just as difficult for these home buyers as climbing Mount Everest. Just emotionally taxing and expensive and overwhelming, especially for first-time home buyers. People do not make life-changing decisions successfully unless they have a clear path, unless they have a plan, and unless they know what to expect before they start that climb up the mountain. We all make better decisions when we're prepared and informed, and especially when the stakes are high. Buying or selling a home is the most expensive thing that people are going to do emotionally and financially, sometimes in their entire lives. On the selling side, agents have been meeting with their sellers before they put their home on the market, developing a plan, trusting the person that they're hiring, and making sure that they know exactly what's going to happen in the current market in the process of selling their home before they put the home on the market. But for some reason on the buying side, most buyers are just meeting random strangers and winging it with no plan, with no guidance, and no relationship with the guide that's helping them climb the mountain. Let's talk about first-time home buyers. A first-time home buyer is meeting a random stranger at a random home. How much do they know about the climb that they're about to do? How much do they know about the dangers that come up with buying a home and the mistakes that you can make when you don't do it the right way? Well, first-time home buyers have been showing up at the base of Mount Everest, meeting random strangers at random homes, expecting that experience to go smoothly for them. The biggest moment of their life, they deserve better. Even repeat buyers, people who have bought a home 7 or 10 years ago, guess what? The market changes, the mountain changes, the conditions change, and it isn't the same as when they bought their home 7 to 10 years ago. And they deserve to know that the market has changed and it's not going to be the same as when they bought it. They need to know what the market looks like and know what to expect before they even start their next climb up the mountain. Because even if they climbed that mountain 7 years ago, it ain't going to be the same. We've created a system in real estate where the seller is insanely prepared with the process of selling their home, but the buyers are meeting their agents at the base of Mount Everest and expect to be safely guided through chaos. And as agents, we expect them to make the right decisions every time under this intense pressure that they've never experienced in their life. The truth is, our buyers deserve better. They deserve to understand what's coming before the journey begins. The solution has always been there in front of us. The solution has always been a properly prepared and practiced consultation. But it's not just getting hired. Getting a buyer agency contract is not the goal of your buyer consultation. It's not the only goal of your consultation. Because when you get hired, these people need to trust you in the climb up the mountain. It's not just hiring you, they need to follow you up the mountain. One of the most important goals of every single buyer consultation needs to be setting clear expectations. Our buyers need to and deserve to know exactly what to expect in every aspect of their climb up the mountain, in every part of the purchase of a home in the current market that they're buying in. Our buyers deserve to know what the financing option looks like. They deserve to know what they're comfortable with and who they're working with before they start climbing. When they're on the mountain, they shouldn't find out what their financing options are. That's how you get hurt. When a buyer doesn't know what their financing options look like, doesn't that present them the most opportunity to fail in their climb up the mountain? Now think about the buyer that knows exactly what their financing options are. They show up at the mountain ready to climb, know exactly who they're working with, and they know exactly what they're comfortable with. How about the buyer that knows exactly how their home search is going to work, how they're going to find homes in the current market, and who's finding them homes, as opposed to the buyer that just shows up meeting a random stranger at what random home they found on Zillow? Most importantly, how about writing offers? How do we expect a buyer in a very difficult seller's market to write a winning offer without actually knowing what to expect in how to write a winning offer before they do it? Yet we expect buyers that we meet in random vacant homes to write these insanely aggressive offers, waiving inspections and waiving their rights when they don't know what to do before they start. Now think about the buyer that does know what to expect because you reviewed with them in the consultation exactly what winning offers look like in the current market. Now imagine them on the mountain, climbing the mountain, and now they have to make that decision to write an offer. How prepared are they going to be when they know what to expect ahead of time? Let's talk about inspections. When a buyer doesn't know how they're going to be protected in inspections and make sure that they know about the house, how confident are they going to be even to write an offer? But when a buyer knows what to expect in the inspection process, they know how their guide is protecting them, they're way more confident and comfortable to make those decisions that they need to make as fast as possible to win in today's market. Most importantly, your buyers need to know what to expect of you, of the guide that's taking them up the mountain. How are you going to communicate for them? How are you going to negotiate for them? How are you going to guide them? And how are you going to protect them, providing the value that they deserve? Again, in buying the most expensive thing they've ever bought in their entire life. But when your buyer starts with a plan, they will move faster. They will make smarter decisions. And most importantly, they're going to trust you at every step of the way. When the climber goes to the mountain fully prepared with how they're going to climb the mountain, with a plan on how they're going to climb the mountain, and most importantly, trusting the guide that's taking them up the mountain, knowing exactly what to expect, they're going to win faster. They're going to get up that mountain safer and faster. And most importantly, when they're at the top of the mountain, they're never going to forget the guide that took them there. They're never going to forget the person that took them and represented them in the most expensive emotional and financial moment of their life. Why? Because you told them what was going to happen, you guided them through, you set expectations, and you made sure at the end of that mountain that you were the Sherpa taking them. Don't just be the agent that opens doors. Be the guide who gets your clients to the summit of Mount Everest as fast and safely as possible. Show them what to expect and be the guide taking them. Oh, by the way, if you found value in this message, do me a favor, share the tip that you enjoyed the most. And if there's a way that you do it, put it in the comments below. We're all trying to get better. Finally, make sure you subscribe to this channel, especially if you want to be notified every time I put a coaching video up. I'm going to be sharing exactly how we get our time back in real estate, how we create epic experiences for our clients, because every moment matters. Might as well make it epic.